Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am going to help you weed out bad trades. That's what I'm hoping to do with this video, to give you some tips that can help you to weed out bad trades, because I see people making many mistakes with how they start their trading day, and they end up for the rest of the day making bad trades. And I think these are some of the steps that you need to start with before you actually enter the market on any given day. So before you enter the market, this is a checklist that I use and which I think every trader needs to use if you are desiring, or if you are hoping to level up your game, take more wins, few losses. Okay, by the way, if you are new on this channel, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss future videos. Go ahead and like the video. If you don't learn one or two things in this video, at least I would have given you one or two things to think about. So the least that you can do for me is to just like the video. Everything else, see the link in the description box below. Okay, so what you're looking at is just the BTC chart. It's Bitcoin with my broker. The link is in the description box below. So you can see the picture on BTC. Crypto has just been it was killed. Crypto was just murdered by the Fed. So BTC and all the other cryptos has just been losing value. So that's it. But that's not the topic of this video anyway. The topic of this video is me showing you how I create a picture for my trading day. So when you wake up, many people have a tendency of just waking up and then whatever they do, their breakfast or their bath, and then they rush and get into the market. They are already looking for buys, they are looking for sales and things like that, and they are just clicking everywhere. And I think that's not how you need to get into the market. What you want to do is you want to wake up, do whatever your morning routines, or whatever routines that you do before the market. But importantly, when you come to the market, what you want to do is you need to have a bias for the day. You need to have a bias for the day. Of course, you need to keep your options open. The options must still be open, for anything can happen in the market, but you need to have an overall bias for the market. For example, this is BTC and this is the 1 hour chart. So ideally what you want to do is when you wake up and you plug in your charts, don't start looking for opportunities here on the 1 hour or the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart or the 1-minute chart. What you want to do is, first of all, ideally you might want to start at the daily, or if you can afford it, you can start at the weekly. Or some people, I know of some people who actually go up to the monthly. I don't think the monthly is that important as such, unless you are going to consider long-term trading. But it's still a useful thing to just bear in mind. You can see here the candle on BTC, like this whole month we've just been losing money. So it's just a good idea to bear in mind. And you can see that level, we have touched this level that previously touched around 2017. So the monthly is good if you are also going to be trading high time frames like I do, as well as the weekly. But for most people, the daily is sufficient. For many people, the daily is sufficient. So what you want to do is you want to pick a trend. On the daily. The currency pair that you're going to be trading on the daily chart, has it been trending up? Has it been ranging? Has it been trending down? You need to have an idea about that. And again, you keep your options open, but you need to have an idea of what your bias for that day. Has the market just been dropping, or has the market just been going up and up and up and up? Then it's going to make life easier for you when you go down what to the lower time frames and you start what to look for opportunities, because you have an idea of the overall trend. So that's the first thing that you want to do. Pick an overall trend, especially on the daily time frame or the weekly or the monthly. And from there, you can go down to the lower time frames and start looking for opportunities. Now, when you spot opportunities, you need to actually have what? Some entry criterias. You need to have some entry criterias. Let's see here what I'm trying to do. I don't know what's happening with my chat now. It doesn't want to respond. Maybe let me load it in again. Please BTC. Nothing. Let me load it here. And my template. Okay, so we are back again. I apologize for that. So after picking an overall trend, what you want to select next is your entry criteria. Now that you know that BTC has been dropping, so obviously your bias for the day is more on the bearish side. Of course, there might be opportunities for buys, but your overall bias is bearish. Now you need to have some entry criterias. How are you going to enter your trades? When you spot those sell opportunities, how are you going to enter your trade? Are you looking for like trend line breaks? Uh, for example, we have a trend there and we have a break here. Are you looking for a trend line break for your sales? Are you looking for trend line rejections? Obviously, this will be the rejections if you are taking some buys. But for breaks, since we are talking about a bearish market, so what's your entry criteria? Are you looking for a zone rejection? I also use zones in my trading. That's why you see those highlighted levels there. So, are you looking for zone rejection? There was a rejection there, which was combined by a trend line break there. And are you looking for EMA crosses or EMA rejections? You're looking for arranging a retest or breakout. So after building your bias for that day, now you look at those things like trend line breaks, trend line rejections. You look for zone rejections, breakouts, as well as like moving average crosses and things like that. Now that's your entry criteria when you spot an opportunity in the market. That's going with your overall trend bias. Then next from there, you obviously want to look for some confirmations to add to your trade. For example, here I already said with the trend line break, as well as a zone rejection, and probably a moving average cross also happened there, as well as probably some news came in here. You are trying to build better confirmations better confirmations for that entry. Then, lastly, you also want to understand your risk to reward ratio. Risk to reward ratio is important. The way I trade though is good for me because I can say put my stop loss there, and if I can have. I think I've demonstrated this in previous videos on this channel. I'll probably have an entry there, and obviously I'm targeting what? I'm targeting this zone. So you need to understand your risk to reward ratios. This will be my risk to reward ratio, probably 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. I don't know the risk to reward ratio here. Not easy to judge it by the eyes, but you get the picture. Then, when the trade starts moving in my direction, how do I actually manage it? Like trailing stop, uh, uh, do I scale in, like add in some more entries and things like that? Usually, what I'll do is when things start moving my way, is to move my my stop loss to break even, and then I'll start trailing it for some time. I'll start trailing it for some time, and there will be a point. There will be a point where I'll take out the majority of my trade when the price touches a certain level. Then I take out the majority of my trade, and I leave the rest of the price to what, to see if it can get to my take profit. So I just thought, let me just help you guys. Sometimes people are not sure of how to approach the market, and people make mistakes when they are approaching the market on a daily basis. So that's how I build a picture for my trades for the day. And this I already have a picture of, and how I'm going to manage the trade before I even enter the trade. It's important that you know what you're going to be doing before you enter the trade. So just to recap, the first thing that you want to do is have an overall bias for that day or that week. What's the major trend? Is it trending up? Is it trending down? Is it trending? Especially on the higher time frames, the daily, the weekly, the monthly. Then from there, when you drop down to the lower time frames, you are now going to look for entry criterias. Are you going to be using trend lines? Are you going to be using zones? Are you going to be using moving averages? Are you going to be using MACDs, RSI, or to confirm those entries? Then, as well as additional confirmations, what are you using? Are you looking for fundamental news? Are you looking for COT? What are you using to further add reasons to be taking that trade? And then you also need to have an idea of how you are going to to look after that trade so that you make your money. If you learned one or two things in this video, go ahead and like the video or dislike the video. Otherwise, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.